Today's topic that Spirit actually wants to talk to you about is your money trauma. But before you go, we aren't directly necessarily addressing you gotta do everything by today. Spirit wants to begin the conversation with you and me about our relationship with money. Let's just do that, shall we? Hello, it's Cyn. Nice to meet you. If you're new here, welcome. I am a fashion designer and mystic, and today we're actually doing a tarot reading. For those of you who already are subscribers, welcome back, Cynners. This makeup look, it's from my latest Get Ready With Me video where I just talk and basically expose myself and talk more about the truth of who I am while trying out this trendy makeup. So if this catches your eye, if you like what you're seeing, I'm gonna put a time card for the Get Ready With Me video, but watch it only after this one. Now back to our regular programming. Here is 2 piles in front of you. Take your time to choose. You can select one or the other. Both may resonate. And then when you are ready, you can go to the pile and I'll see you over there. I basically was just going to do a Get Ready With Me video, doing this makeup, and then hopping straight over to my private membership site where I did the readings for Sacred Sexuality and 18+. But my guides were like, no. Today you are going to be doing a reading for YouTube. By the way, if you're interested, go check it out in the description box below. They want to talk about your money, and since this is a rainbow, they wanted me to think about, like the gold lucky pot or whatever at the end of the rainbow. And many of you guys probably don't really believe you deserve abundance, or you're having a really hard time receiving it when it does come flowing into your life. That being said, let's jump over to your pile. I'm about done with creating the piles. I'm on the last 2 oracle guidances for you guys. So I thought I would record it just for funsies. Oh my god, please ignore my messy ass room. Like, you need to forgive me for it because nothing's gonna stop me from doing a reading today. Pile 1 advice, please. They said for me to shuffle somewhere. Pile 1 advice. Money trauma, please. Pile 2 money advice. Okay, there's a lot of advice for pile 2. Are you sure? They said yes. Okay, my face is sticky because my makeup, my hair is dry because it's always dry, and I washed it yesterday. I decided not to straighten it because, my face is like the galaxy right now, and my hair should be wild and untamed, just like the unruly night, or space, cosmos. Actually, I just washed it today. What do you mean yesterday? Wow, time is boring. Advice from ancestors for pile 1, please, for money trauma. Okay, that's a lot of cards, bruh. I'm not doing that many guides. Come on, my energy here. I know you're excited, but we got 2 piles. That's already a lot, and there's already a lot of cards. Okay, so please, like having a conversation with my guides. Ancestors advice for pile 1 for money trauma, please. Oh, this one is not for your pile. It was for me. It was the honeybee. It was like trying to be sweet. My guys were been like, pretty please. No. I said no. I need to not burn myself out. You need to be considerate about me too. Okay. Pile 1 Ancestors' messages for money trauma. Okay, 2 came up. I can do fine. 3. I'll take 3. Okay. Pile 2, advice from ancestors for money trauma, please. Pile 2's advice. I have a feeling they're both interlinked. It's like phase 1 and phase 2. Or like if you're in phase 1, you're gonna go to phase 2, and if you're in phase 2, you go to phase 1. Interesting. Balance. Oh, it's the balance of inner and outer spirituality and manifestation. Ooh. Okay, they're already talking to me. Come on, one more. No, not 3 more. Come on. Pile 2. Pile 2. Ancestors' messages. And traumas. Okay, you're just like, okay, 1. Okay, they're like, they'll get it. Okay. I'm gonna play some relaxing music now before I start channeling, shall I? Drink some water. Okay. Pile 1. I'm gonna show you all the cards up close before we get started, okay? Aloneness, slowing down, rebirth. Okay, that's what you got. Aloneness, slowing down, rebirth. And then you got adventure and beyond illusion. Confusion. Your angel oracle advice is energy work. I will read the messages after. Then we got integration 44 and 24, third eye chakra. Very purpley type cards. Sorry for the reflection. Then for your permission cards, you got I am allowed to dance, I am allowed to let myself trust others. These came up from the last pick of cards, or for the membership ones. Actually, I think one of our pick a card ones had these too. So must be the same people coming back. Hi. Wait. Hi. Okay. And then we have sun, snake, and spring. Pretty. Let me get into the channelings mode. Pile 1, your money trauma. Let's see what Spirit has to say to you. Oh, this is beautiful, Pile 1. You are beginning to see past the illusions of what money is, or the perception of what society has created money to be. You're breaking the matrix. Oh my god, I'm sitting like a Asian squat. Okay, we're gonna Asian squat together. Okay. I'm wearing shorts. Don't worry about it. Even then, you don't see my Gucci. So gonna get in trouble. Okay. Yeah, you're beginning to see that money, although it has a very great influence in the world, it does not and it cannot replace so many things on earth and in your life. Yeah, the reason why I say that too is because third eye chakra, I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life. Because pile ones, you guys are like me. You guys are spiritualists. You tarot read, or you definitely have the ability to see things with your third eye. And I hear that you have this struggle where you're like, well, if I could see so many things, why can't I seem to like see how money comes to me? Like, it's like, oh, I totally relate with this, especially when earlier on in my journey of my money trauma, you're like, if I can see all these freaking things and avoid all these freaking things, why can't I manifest money into my life? Or why isn't money coming in? Why isn't abundance coming in already? Why can't I see money coming in from a mile away? The thing is, you're kind of cock blocking it. That's the truth. And sometimes you're even missing the opportunities because you're so busy expecting the money to come in a very conditional, specific way, especially when you're manifestation. And it's really beautiful how it's like you got interrogation. This is integration. Interrogation. You've been interrogating your spirit guides, which is why they had so many pounds of power when they want to come out. They want to like lecture you. You've been interrogating. I feel like my ancestors are also breathing down my neck about it too, rolling their eyes. Okay, let me finish continuing channeling this message. You've been interrogating your spirit guides. We're like, okay, look, you don't want me to get a job. You want me to work for myself. But money ain't coming in easy. What the hell do you want? They want you to follow your truth. I know that sounds so simple for such a complex answer, right? I literally just choked on my spit. Look, in third eye chakra, I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life. Integration. I combine both body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity into a new dimension. Yeah, money is important, but they also have higher plan for you. What is your higher plan? Do you have a higher purpose? Are you part of my collective who are here to awaken those who need the empowerment and reassurance to go down the right path? The right path as meaning path that helps advance humanity. If so, then I think they're wanting you to see beyond illusion, beyond the physical. I mean, you already see the crazy thing is you already see the worth of the non-physical. So why don't you see the worth of the non-physical energy of abundance and energy? Well, that's a question they want you to ask yourself. You have the ability to transform it because it's a butterfly. They want you to go on this adventure where you literally you have a rebirth and you shift your mindset on what your perspective and relationship with money is. Like, why do you put so much validity in your emotions? Sadness, happiness. You put so much validity in contentness. But with money, you're like, I don't believe it. Why? A lot of these things with emotions is stimulated from a perception, right? You allow something non-tangible, an idea from a channeled message or an advice. You receive it so open-heartedly and you let it affect your emotions and you perceive it to be truth and to be real. So why can't you do the same and apply it for the energy of abundance, growth, money, fortune? Why don't you believe that truth and allow that to filter into your life and allow it to affect how you feel in a positive way and to believe that to be truth as well? Because all the other things that you've channeled and you've communicated in your tarot readings came true. Whether it be a few days, a few weeks, a few months, or a year later, you knew for a fact it came true. Like, it didn't happen right away, but it was just a matter of time, and you knew it because based off all the statistics of readings you've done for other people and yourself in the past. You know when Spirit says something, They're not lying about it. It's just a matter of divine timing. So why is that all out the window when it comes to finances and abundance? Without I'm allowed to dance, I'm allowed to let myself trust others. Let's see what that message has there. You trust in spirit, but you have a hard time trusting in people. But let me tell you one thing, hon. At some point, spirit were people. Or they were once living. If it's a deity, it was a once living being in this 3D realm. They're still living now. They're just in another realm. They're existing in another way. They have decided to transform and transcend. So you trust spirit, but you don't trust energies are in a third. That's understandable because it's a heavier, lower density vibration. So it's harder for energies to be, I hear, as pure. But they want to correct your thinking for that, because there's also ill-intentioned, non-physical, ethereal things too, right? Don't forget about that. So use your discernment. Use your discernment. If you trust spirit for something to happen with an event, with a person, isn't that even more powerful than just for abundance coming? Like, you trust spirit to let you know about information about whether or not a relationship will manifest, whether or not a circumstance or an opportunity will play out. Yet you don't trust that a physical monetary means of energy exchange will come into your lap for you to use as you please. You have a lot of heavy prejudices about money, which is why you don't see money as I think you subconsciously don't like money, pile one, because you resent it. You feel like it's tied with so much bullshit. Okay, I feel like to look at sun, enjoy success and happiness. Snake, shed old skin, and spring, see your seeds grow. You literally you're manifesting money, and it wants to come in because there's sun. And in order for seeing your seeds grow, you have to shed old skin. You have to release. Snake represents wisdom too. And if a snake were to shed its old skin, you have to shed the old wisdom that you once saw and perceived as old wisdom and replace it with new wisdom. You need to let new wisdom come out. See, rebirth. Look at this, shed old skin and rebirth card. Come on, can that not be more perfect? Right? You also don't like money because you feel like it separates people. Perhaps some of you guys have experienced family divorce, or even personally experienced breakups over lack of money. Like, oh, not no money, so we can't move in together, or we can't pay rent, and then it turns into big fights. Let's read energy work, huh? There's a baby here. A baby. Life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hand and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. Yeah, so some of you guys are actual like energy healers, energy workers, light workers. You're like curse breakers. You have people do shadow work. So why don't you try shedding some of that light onto yourself? I know it's hard, right? Because when it's not your pain, it's easier to be the 2 degrees of separation, and you don't feel like it's directly affecting you. So you can like detach from the biasness, and like you can channel and do the work you need to do without yourself getting in the way. But when it comes to yourself, you're in your own way. Okay, so in this regard, try to step out of your ego and place your ego aside. And my guys are also telling me to give you some energy healing right now through advice and words. So let's explore more into this, shall we? Yeah, because these cards are giving like a foundation of where your relationship with money is. And let's find out. They want us to talk about why you What old wisdom of money you're holding on to? It's interesting how I'm using oracle cards instead of tarot cards. Okay, they want me to use oracle cards. You got 18, air element. Oh, so it's air, it's about communication. So your wisdom of information, your relationship with money and how you feel about money, your wisdom gained about money was all through word of mouth. It's just, oh, they say that, he said that, she said that, this professional, this lawyer, this it's all he said, she said. I embrace the element of air and am open to knowledge and wisdom. Yeah, so you need to transpire beyond this existing knowledge. It's not wrong to look for knowledge through people and those around you that you trust and word of mouth, but Spirit is asking you to challenge this current information and go 1 step to 2 steps to 3 steps deeper into research. So what they want you to do is, okay, you like word of mouth. What if you listen to podcasts about several reputable people that talk about finances? One could be talking about household everyday like finances. One could talk about like cryptocurrency and finances. One could talk about stocks and investments and like retirement saving plans and all those type of stuff. Insurances. So you can learn about the different tiers about money. I can hear you, but it's a lot of talking, listening. Yeah, but you don't need to start, like you don't need to do it all at once, just little by little, because these people are never going to stop talking about money. As long as the world needs to rely on money, they'll always be talking about money. So you could just listen to a little bit, play on the background. Even you're afraid you might miss something or you forget something, it's okay, someone else will pick it up, or you can listen to it again later. Yeah, you feel overwhelmed with money. Balance. I don't know if you heard what I said, but you pretty much need balance. I think you're really more so leaning towards the side of like things that feel good and are light-hearted. But when it comes to doing your own shadow work, it's hard for you to face it. But this is the one foundation in your life that your guides want you to start focusing on, because it affects everything else that you do or don't do. Okay, so we want to know, what is the new wisdom? Well, yeah, okay, so podcasts, reading books, audiobooks, even YouTube videos, calling actual services, like calling banks and like asking to speak to their financial advisors, and asking your friends if they have any references for financial advisors or books about money that they can recommend you to read into. So get closer to the source. What other energy healing work my guys want me to say to you? Earth Elemental 6, grounding. I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows on me. Okay, go outside and ground right now. Bring me out on the phone and go step on grass or touch water. My spirit guides are saying that the easiest type of abundance you can experience right now is Mother Nature. If it's warm and it's summer outside, go outside and have a picnic. See how much abundance there is in the world. I hear some of you guys like, oh yeah, I know we have a famine and a drought. I actually looked into how a drought works, and it's not that we are losing out anything. The water just returns back to the ocean. It's just that humans are not willing to be nomads and move. They're not going where the water is. That makes sense. It's like the earth is naturally just doing what it does best. It's going through a cyclical, seasonal flow like the human body does, right? Oh my god, I guess they want me to rant about it. Animals migrate during the season, right? Even plants and vegetables and crops have also a season, and trees too also have a season when they blossom and bloom and when they grow and bud. So instead of saying like something's lacking, chances are because it's just leaving wherever you are. Oh my god, if you're running a business and you think you're like losing customers, you're not losing customers, you're just not going where they are. or the life cycle of the customers that you went through, they got all they need from you, and there's no reason for them to want to return, if that makes sense. Like example, like, you know how like fast food restaurants always seem to have like something going on, like they have like, oh, check out our extra burger seasonal menu, oh, like check out our like super spicy hot grilled chicken, or blah 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 double patty with delicious cheese. Like they always seem to be like doing some promotional stuff, and the reason why is because they're constantly trying to re-innovate themselves and make themselves exciting, so new clients will pay attention, or existing clients will also come back, give them a reason to come back and give business again. So if you're doing a business that's like you're selling hair scrunchies, for example, and you're only selling beige and black hair scrunchies, people always want that, but at some point it might slow down. So maybe you can make hair scrunchies, I don't know, that are inspired by comic superheroes or something, if that's something you like. And then you'd be like, yeah, new hair scrunchie collection line inspired by superheroes. And then if that's your existing, you know, customer base and they love superheroes, they're like, oh my god, yeah, I already have a beige and a black one, but I also love superheroes. Can I buy my favorite superhero in the form of a scrunchie? Like the pattern, the print, or the color, or like a superhero inspired scrunchie? Like that's what I'm hearing. And so by being in the energy of nature and seeing, like being under the tree, basking in the shades, eating the delicious apples that come from the tree, the fruits, sitting on the grass, looking out into the lake, do you see how much water there is, how much greenery there is, how much air we have? That's abundance. And if you can bask in, like, you never can outbreathe this air. Not in first world or second world countries. It's hard, it's impossible for one individual to breathe out the air within your vicinity. You just don't even think about it because you're like, I'll always have this air. It's the way the earth works. It's the flow of how my body functions. So if you can accept that, why can't you accept that flow of energy and people and new faces and new energies and opportunities may seek what you want? Because you yourself are organic. You yourself is also abundant. You yourself is a creator. You yourself have things to offer and share and express. And just like, oh, this is so beautiful, just like the seasons of the vegetations, the trees, the crops, the harvest, you are also like a plant. You have seasons where you have to go within and you have to think about things, and you're in an incubation phase, you know, and you're slowly budding, but you're not quite out there yet. And then when the idea is getting ready to be birthed out, that's when you start blooming. That's when you start bringing your work out into the world, your voice out into the world, your vision out into the world, your view, your story, your voice, your writing, your acting, your art. And then it continues to be planted and sowed. And when it blossoms, and people, the more you do, the more you speak your truth, the more you share your visions, the more you share your wisdom, the more you express and celebrate and have fun and put into the world the things that make you happy, the bigger the picture people could see of your work blossoming. They could see how your flower of creation looks like as a whole, per petal, each word, each creation, each example, each time you put new work and new designs and new collections out there, or a new perspective, is one petal. But one petal doesn't make a flower. Multiple petals make a whole flower. And so each time you create and you express and you live and you have fun and you play and you dance is each petal. And as you keep doing it, you're blossoming and blooming, and people can see the whole creation of who you are, and all the different, each petal is a different fragment and dimension and aspect and facet of who you are. And as you keep creating it, your vision becomes full bloom like a flower, and people could see, wow, so that's what you're about. Wow, I stand by that. Or that's not for me, but I know someone else who would like it, someone else who would appreciate it. Do you see what I mean? If you can see the energy of money as the energy of nature, it has just been intentioned and invested into a sheet of two-dimensional object. Either it's plastic money like Canada, or paper, or a physical mineral like coin or copper or metals. It's just energy reincarnate. At the end of the day, paper money, plastic money, maybe not plastic money, but paper money, metals, they will all return back to the earth. Plastic too, but just slower. It all came from the earth. So it's just nothing but object materials that has been created to represent and symbolize something. If you break it down, the component of money is just physical materials created from earth. It came from earth. And people put the intention of the money and the energy into the money, what it represents. So why can't you do that intention with these paper cards, these tarot cards with images of it? It holds the energy and the intention of divination and wisdom and insight, foresight, expansion of the perspective, right? Otherwise it's just paper. Money is the same way. So if you can detach yourself more from the way you view money and let go of that grip of seeing it as something painful, it's the same thing as people who have stigmas towards tarot cards when they've had a really bad experience and they weren't practicing safe spirituality or proper fundamentals of spirituality. They had a really bad experience with the divination tool, and whenever they look at the tarot cards or even being around it, they associate it with something really bad, right? It's just a tool, just like money. It's just a tool. What is it? Money is a terrible master, but an excellent servant, right? So if you know how to utilize your divination tools, you know the proper ways of understanding it, respecting it, cleansing, opening, and closing a reading, and channeling. It's the same thing about money. Understanding the flow of money, how it's used by many different people, not just the people you know, how it's being invested, how it's being expanded, how people use a small amount of money to scale large. How people, like, you know those challenges? You should probably check out those challenges. Like those challenges where it's like, I take $1 and I earn $10,000 with $1. And then these people go through these weird trading phases where they're trying to take $1 and try to make it grow in worth. It's something you can do. You don't have to, but you can watch the video and see how you can expand that in your own way, right? That was really beautiful. Any finalized messages, spirit guides? 38. First frolic, maiden. I acknowledge my inner child and open my heart to the joy she brings. You forgot to have fun. You forgot to play. You forgot why you're living in the first place, why you chose a job and why you wanted to save the money, a goal, perspective of what you wanted to accomplish or experience or feel this lifetime. This ties in so perfectly with I am allowed to dance. Maybe you haven't been using the money that you earn to treat yourself. You're hoarding it in the sense of not letting it flow. Like, I'm not saying to go spend like hundreds of dollars, but like, if buying a drumstick ice cream makes you happy, why not? Like, not all the time, but every now and then, your happiness and your state of mental health counts too. Otherwise, what's the whole point of living and doing everything for? You have to do something little for yourself. That's having quality of life. It's having a sense of happiness. It's what fuels your inspiration to keep going, to work hard. There needs to be reward. There needs to be effort and reward. The yin-yang of balance here. Yeah. Structure and flow and creativity. You need to have focus, but you also need to have relaxation. You need to have moments of being serious, but you also have to have moments of feeling carefree and silly. You need that balance, and you have been not balanced. You've been off kilter. So Spirit is asking you to slow down and seek fun and go outside and see the abundance of the world and take in the energy and realize that all of this is just a perception of how you view money. If you are able to open up your mind and your third eye about your relationship with money and integrate it, the ethereal into the physical, you will see that, yeah, just like instead of taking experiences and wisdom from word of mouth, you can take it from your guides, you can do research into it, you'll be opening your mind to be led to higher knowledge and higher wisdom from people who are more professional, who literally confidently know what they're talking about when it comes to finances. And it'll open your whole mind and perception of how you can handle money. It'll also develop, it will reform your relationship towards money too. Because maybe for one, like we talked about the scrunchie example, right? You thought people just didn't like your scrunchies, but it's just maybe 50 people bought your scrunchies. But how many people of the same 50 people would need more than 10 of the same scrunchies, right? It's like makeup. It's the packaging, it's the storytelling, it's the theme, it's the celebration. And maybe you can do something like that. You can liven it up by celebrating. Yeah, oh my god, you can inject fun into your business. So if it's a comic book thing, oh, it's comic book day. On comic book day, we have a new collection released for like comic hero inspired scrunchies. You're celebrating, you have fun, but you currently can't think like that because you're not letting yourself express, you're not letting yourself dance, you're not letting yourself trust in the divine, you're not letting yourself see the playfulness, that an abundance of playfulness and peace that's surrounding you. Therefore you can't take it in and you can't express it. You're not letting yourself go through the flow and the cycles of life. You're stagnating yourself, you're suffocating yourself, and you're keeping yourself in this bud. So if you allow yourself to express and have fun, it'll also bleed into other aspects of your life, including the way you work, the way you approach your work, the way you create. And then that fun is what people seek. When you work hard, you want fun, right? What do you think other people want? When they come to serve your business or come to you for help or buy something from you, it's because they want fun. They worked all day and they look forward to the weekend to go shopping. They want to check what's in your shop. Maybe just buying a cute little scrunchie will make them happy, right? We're all pursuing joy. We're all pursuing how to feel good. We're all pursuing playfulness. So if you can inject more of that playfulness in your life, it will bring a lot of things back into alignment and answer a lot of questions that you have not been seeing. So pile 1, you're doing a lot of masculine, divine masculine energy. You're doing a lot of control, structure, organization, focus, intention. You're looking at statistics. You're just looking at cold hard numbers and facts, and you're perceiving money like, well, money in, money out. Okay, I paid this bill, now on to the next thing. You're not allowing for yin, feminine, divine energy to come in. Playfulness, expression, spontaneity, right? Silliness, emotions, to feel joys of happiness and sadness, to feel joys of frustration, to experiment and to be chaotic and to be undefined. You have been missing that second half of the component. Your view on money has been through the lens of masculine and yang, ego, right? You're not coming from subconscious, which is the female energy. If you integrate that, you'll start seeing like, oh my god, that's why something was missing. Like, are you gonna go to a burger joint that's really, people are miserable and they're serious, all they're doing there is like, I don't know, counting taxes while having burgers? You'd be like, ew, boring. Like, last thing I want to do is count taxes when I'm eating my fries, right? You go because it's delicious, it smells good, everyone's smiling and laughing together and eating juicy, delicious burgers and fries. It's fun. That's why you go and get takeout, because it's fun, it tastes good, it feels good, it tastes good, it smells good. The word good, fun, happy, enjoyment, right? You're lacking that through your perception of money, your relationship about abundance and being successful. So if you can shift this energy, I'm hearing from your guides and my guides, to take the energy, let's just say you like marshmallows. I hear you guys like marshmallows. You guys are probably the pile that does like I never done this before. It's like the marshmallow challenge, and marshmallow chicks challenge, and you shove it in your mouth to see how many you can shove in your mouth before you can't shove any more in your mouth. That sounds so weird. Why am I even talking about? Oh, so that energy, right? You know how we just got into this state of like giggliness about talking about marshmallow chicks, and like you're probably recalling all the memories you had with friends who did it, and you're like in bouts and fits of laughter right now, right? Take that energy, pull it and transfer it towards money. Replace the energy. Take this energy that you have, carry on to this energy and associate it with money. Every time you feel really good, hold like a $10 bill, okay? You feel really good about marshmallows. You carry that energy and you put it into that money. And see that money, every time you look at that money, you think about marshmallows and that feeling of giggliness. Maybe that's what this money will represent to you. It will represent being able to buy more marshmallow chicks. It's a symbolism of being able to have more fun times with your friends and do challenges. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's to transmute your relationship, your energy, and your symbolism, perception about money. I certainly hope that reading was useful. If you want a personalized reading about finances, you need with stat, okay? So whoever you pile 1, contact me. Website in the description box down below. We're going to move on to pile 2. If you want to follow along to see what wisdom pile 2 has, because this is the yang energy, maybe the next pile has yin energy. I'll see you there. I love you so much. Okay. Pile 2. Let's get started with your reading, shall we? The cards you got were Change, Inner Voice, I'm going to show you guys the cards, and Morality. I'll show 3 at a time because my hand can only show you 3 at a time. Definitely the shadow side, feminine energy, moon. There's a moon and then there's like darkness. We are the world, new vision. Ooh, this is beautiful. I am loving these yin-yang readings, these duality readings my guys are having me do. Hey guys, Future Cyn here. I just wanted to input the messages that were actually cut off during the reading for the second pile. Nothing's gonna stop us. I told you, I wasn't joking. So I consolidate with my spirit guides to ask what was the main message that I was channeling during the part that was not included in the reading. And I wanted to bring up the messages was how you can identify yourself with the second pile. Was those of you who chose pile number 2 tend to be some of you guys are actually involved in a mean girls posse sort of clique where you are surrounded with frenemies or people who are of the same social financial caliber as you, but they may not be necessarily looking out for the best of your interests. So there are some sabotaging vibes going on in the dynamic where there are some people who are trying to mislead you to get you to do things out of peer pressure for external validation, to have the image and the look to fit in with the social cues in the crowd, such as they show up driving in Lamborghinis and they convinced you that they bought Lamborghinis when in fact they just rented them for the day, and you just simply trusting them and taking their word for it and buying into and feeding into the obligation of the false pretense that they're setting up. You end up going Lamborghini shopping with them, trusting them, and having basically they convince you to sign a contract to basically buy a Lamborghini when in fact they only rented it for like a week or a month. And so it's actually their intention is to deplete your money in your wallet while you're so hooked up on trying to look like them or to get along with them. So the cards that came out are 7 of Cups and 3 of Cups. They want you to expand on your knowledge and wisdom of knowing that you can increase and find new connections and people with different mindsets and challenge yourself to attract in different dynamics that are I want to say different, it's so redundant. Attract in different dynamics are different than your current existing social dynamics. Oh my god, I didn't record. Or it did record and it stopped recording. It happened again. Something's trying to stop this message from coming through pile 2. Divine Feminine, this is 3rd time's the charm. I'm gonna basically say that we have 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, and the Empress. Okay, these are the cards I pulled. I literally was channeling for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I was about to finish and it stopped recording. So whoever you are, these people are really trying to not have you realize your worth and your value and your time. 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Okay, I'm trying to get to the collective here. 2 of Wands and 9 of Pentacles. And 2 of Pentacles. Well, this is good exercise for me to be able to cut my words down so it's really super efficient so you can get the message across. Basically, you're putting a lot of your validations into having people accept you and think highly of you from people whose opinion don't really matter. You're like stuck in a form of like high school with a bunch of wealthy people because you yourself are wealthy, and you're trying really hard to get them to approve of you or think highly of you because they're considered the cool kids of the rich people club, you know what I mean? But the thing is, they don't really care about you, and they're actually trying to exploit your money, trying to get you to use your money and waste your money and your energy and your resources so that you won't be in the same social caliber as them anymore, because they don't really respect you. These people are quite toxic and they don't have the right values or the same priorities as you. I think a lot of these people were probably born into wealth, whereas you built yourself up to wealth. So innately they don't respect you because they felt like you weren't like with old money, you're new money. That's what I'm hearing. They want you to realize that like there has been some deceit where some of you guys bought a Lamborghini and actually signed a contract to buy a Lamborghini with them, and they made you believe that they actually bought a Lamborghini, only to find out recently that they only rented their Lamborghinis. They did that to make you feel like you need to be part of the cool kids club to buy Lamborghinis too. So you got tricked into signing a whole contract when they never alluded to themselves buying a Lamborghini and owning it by contract either. So there are a lot of things they're doing that's making you waste your hard-earned money and making you misplace your energy and your resources in the wrong place. You're basically, and because you're new money, you're trying to learn how like rich people live, but you're not exactly managing your energy or your finances in the best way. I highly recommend you get a really good accountant, someone who works for like wealthy people and knows how to budget your money and increase it and maximize it actually. And for you to reprioritize spending time with new people outside of these walks of life, because they are not helping you grow. And I think you're kind of afraid of walking away because you're afraid that you're not going to be cool anymore. And then you're also judgmental of the people who are not like those cool people. You're thinking these people might be nerdy or boring, but these people who are supposed to be nerdy, boring, or creative, and they're just not like those kind of posse people, they could teach you a thing or two of what it's like to live life differently and how you can spend your money differently. And in fact, I even hear that they might even teach you how these rich people have been basically having the same wisdom as these non-cool people that you see as non-cool, by the way. They will show you how these people have been mistreating you and been manipulating you and using you, because they'll teach you certain things and you're like, oh my god, this person, so-and-so person did this to me. They said these things and they sounded so convincing, or they like motivated me and they did this, but really it was like I realized I lost more money in the long term agreeing to do something with them. It's kind of like that kind of vibe. Like it's all trying to burn your money so you won't stay rich longer. They're trying to kick you out of their social class. How to? These people are just toxic and codependent. You have a sense of codependency too. Why you're sticking with people who you need to find validation from. That's something you should heal. How to? And entertain different walks of life and how different people exist and choose to live and survive, and how they spend their money and how they earn their money. And I think that will really feed your soul and bring you a lot of gratification that you have not been having with your current place in your life, because you're staying complacent and you're being stuck. You're stuck. And if you don't move forward, then these people are basically going to be energy vampires and just like take all your energy and your time and your money and resources, and when you need them the most, they won't be there for you. And you basically got your light and your energy tricked by people instead of utilizing it in a place where people would actually appreciate you and you can make great big changes in the life for it, you know? Because I feel like you're like one of those people, like you got to where you are because you did such great things to the world, for the world, and for people in the world. And then like this is the chapter in your life where you're basically getting lost in the sauce and you're caring more about how you come across to other people than you care about your mission and your like direction and your reason why in life. Like you're losing track of your reason why. So this is a great time for you to go back to the drawing board and ask yourself, why are you doing this all to begin with, and what was it that you prioritize and what you want to prioritize moving forward, and what sort of connections you want to cultivate, and at what point, like what aspects of yourself that you felt so strongly the need to have a validation and acceptance from these people, and how can you heal that part of yourself, because I know you're very self-aware, proud to. Anyways, with that being said, let's go back to past Cyn for her to finish up the collective message. Hey pal 2, I will not be stopped. I ran out of space on my other camera, but I just want to let you know that you cannot be stopped. Literally, and the camera fucking stopped. I'm gonna set you guys up on tripod here and we're gonna continue talking and finish up this conversation, okay? Oh my god, I'm scratching off my glitter. Okay, pile 2, you can't be stopped. You've already been ready for a long time. These people are distracting you and you've been holding a scepter. You have a scepter of truth and light. It's green, it can heal, transform. You don't need this anymore. You hone this light from the shadows because you've transmuted your own understanding of the pain and the suffering and the karmic, the generational karmic curses that you have been assigned to in this bloodline. You have ascended that. Now you're moving on to your dharma. You're not stuck on karma anymore, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So this scepter is for you to use moving forward, not those around you who haven't even honed their skill and honed and embraced their own shadows to form their own scepter. You could stay in the shadow forever for this one lamp, but how many people can you shed the path for and follow them to lead them all the time? And then when the moment you walk away, they don't know where the hell they are because they can't see without your light. They need their own light, so you can't cradle them. You can't become codependent to protecting these people to the point where you're sacrificing and stalling and procrastinating your own truth and your own ascension, and you're also holding back their own realization and catalyst for them to birth out this new perspective within themselves with a tough love approach. Do you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you need to forgive and embrace the change and be like, I am ready. There's nothing here left for me. Everyone, I trust in divine timing and in people's own compass on path of what they need to learn this lifetime and where they need to head, and I trust that they can take care of it themselves. And if they really need anything, you know, my higher self can talk to them, or maybe I will help them every now and then, but I will trust to let them figure out how to walk on their own 2 feet, and I'm going to move forward, because once you do that, honey, you're going to be able to help more people. I'm going to pull one more card. What will happen when you step forward to this new step? Because then your relationship with money is going to transform dramatically. Yeah, so it's almost like you're hesitating to release your old perspective about your money traumas too, because you're afraid of the unknown of how your money relationship will change moving forward and how you will spend it. You're so used to your spending habits that it's literally become habits. It's no longer lifestyles or designed intentional spending behavior. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's become like, I don't think about it because this is what I've always done and it's kept me safe, but it's also holding you within a certain way of living and being in your quality of life as well. Reach out. Oh my gosh, this is like the 10th million time. There's ask, there's listen, there's meditation. This is all about reaching out. Here's how I reach out. 12. I reach out my hand and my heart to connect and unite all of humanity. Hello, look at this. We are the world. You're meant to do bigger things. You're meant to help more people and reach more people. So maybe some of you guys, your relationship with money is not growing and it's staying stagnant because you're ruminating a lot of these pains and triggers with the same constant crowd of people in your network, and you guys are not really getting to a solution, nor is anyone ready to move on with their traumas from their money situation. They're kind of like perpetuating the problem with one another and enabling one another. So the moment you decide to step out and you listen to your guides to guide you to the direction of how you can have more focus, more strategy, and more of a wide perspective and open mind to learning about the deeper wisdoms about finances and how you can carry moving forward and receiving abundance and prosperity, you'll be able to share it with a wider audience, and you also, more people from outside will be able to come in and share with you their wisdom about money. You kind of closed yourself off, Pile 2, from the world. You stopped reaching out, you stopped socializing, you stopped holding space and having a discussion about these sorts of things. Maybe it's because you feel like people are being very nosy, which is understandable. It doesn't have to be about the public. It could literally be, go watch Pile 1. It's really about you expanding beyond the shadow habits of the people surrounding with you, of how you guys are all treating money. You have to go reach out to a new social network of people who spend money differently. Although they may be coming across as boring, you need to go make new friends. And so what hell these supposed boring people who have a lot of money, see what they do with it. Maybe you'll discover a new way of being, a new way of spending your money, a new way of appreciating life beyond this shadow way of spending money, which is to flex it or flaunt it, or to always represent your your financial status based off of your appearance. Yeah, with that being said, I love you so much. If you want a personalized reading from me, down in the description box down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.